Hey, what's happening? Let's hit the entire body today, right? The way you should be hitting the entire body, at least every other day, especially if you're 64 years old, like yours truly. Going to start out with the old dumbbell press. Oh yes, very basic. Lock it in with those 25s. See, the thing is with that, I feel that downward part of the movement, I'm always big on the negative. Squeeze it hard up top, full range of motion. I bend my knees just a little bit to take that pressure off that low back. Always concerned with that low back. Straight up top. I'd like for you to get 15 reps. I'm trying to get as many as I can for the video. Necessarily 15, but here we go. How about 2 more for time? 1 and 2. We just drop these right down and we get a little chair to elevate, go right to a chest situation where you get this nice and wide right here. And you have that nice elevated feet. Getting nice and low. Squeeze it hard up top. Get that nice stretch on the bottom. Back top. It's actually a very good chest movement. That shoulder movement is very basic, of course. That chest movement is excellent. All right, we got the shoulders in, we got the chest in, straight to biceps. A little twist on the bottom of the movement. Get those forearms involved. I like to squeeze hard on top, turning, nice and slow. I'm emphasizing that negative part of the movement, which I usually do. And of course, that nice peak contraction on top of the movement, very important. You can make 25 pounders feel like 35 pounders if you're doing it correctly. Those 25 pounds right now feel relatively heavy in my hands right now. Squeezing hard. Go across the body for a little variation. Right across the body. Drop back. Bring those shoulders back a little bit, squeezing hard on top, all the way down. Squeezing hard on top. Alternate. Nice. This time when you go for triceps, you get the flat hands right here. Raise it up top. You can go around me, honey, if you want to. Try to keep those upper arms in place. Dropping down. Right up top. Squeezing hard on top of that movement. Tricep extension with that one dumbbell. That stretch is so important. That squeeze on top. 4 more for time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get those bicep and triceps out of the way. Go right back. All right, let's get those squats taken care of. Right? Nice flat hands right here. Nice flat back. Very flat on my heels. Take it nice and low on that squat. Squeezing hard up top. Three more coming. Last one. See, I don't really like to put those weights on my shoulders. I don't like the squats at this age, putting that weight on my shoulders. I'd rather hold the dumbbells in my hand as I perform those squats. All right, let's go down one of my favorites, that one arm row. That one arm row is excellent. I kind of just lean right in here, right? I could use the chair, but we won't use the chair. Squeeze hard up top. See, that top part of the movement, that extra flex and that nice big stretch, sometimes you want to turn that hand underhanded right here. Gives a different feel also. I'm gonna go 4 more on this side for time. Notice how my head is kind of up, so my back is flat. 2 more coming, last one. Good. Go right to this other dumbbell. It's good to have your dumbbells situated so you can go right to them. Right here. Squeeze. Squeeze. They used to say it's kind of like starting a lawnmower. I don't know about that, but squeezing hard up top. Squeezing. How about 4 more for time? Big stretch on the bottom, big squeeze on top. 2, 3, and 4. Nice, that's your simple dumbbell row. Used to do it in the gym all the time. Still works wonders. Fantastic exercise. Now we go right to the calves, the forgotten body part, the good old calves. My calves are pretty horrible. You can't see them, but they're not the greatest. My father had little skinny legs, and on that side of the family, the genetics were not good for calves, that's for sure. Right way up on those calves, if you had a board, a block, you'd be able to do it a little bit better with that nice stretch on the bottom. But without the block, you can still make it happen. You can still make it work. You're carrying the dumbbell at your side. You're lifting right here. Getting way up on those toes. There's not much motion if you're not standing on a block, but it's still kind of effective. I've used this exercise, this basic thing that I'm doing right now, for a long time. It actually strengthens. It actually works. How about 5 more? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That calf exercise, very important, because what you want to do, you want to balance out those legs. If you got nice developed thighs and hamstrings, you got these little calves, not the greatest. How about we go for the hamstring deadlift? Get a nice underhand grip. I like the underhand grip. You can go this way or that way. If I kind of tend to go underhanded with this, I get a stance, let me move over, about shoulder width apart. You can do 2 separate types. I like the straight leg deadlift to start. All the way down and back up top. Down and back up top. Get a nice stretch on the bottom, a little extra on the bottom maybe, throw it back. You can go little halfies where you're keeping the constant tension on the hamstrings. Or you can go full range of motion where you're down and up. How about 4 more? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice. You got to hit those hamstrings somehow if you just have dumbbells to work with. That kind of serves a purpose. Hey, and don't forget the abs, because you got to work those abs in. You may want to do the abs in between, not save them for last. If you save them for last, you make too many excuses as to not to do them. You know, you can't really cheat on the abs. You know, very simple, nothing special. Down. I'll give you a little hint with these. If you lift your hips a little bit, you put yourself in the correct position, and you alternate side to side, and you're lifting with that knee while you're twisting. Not getting way up here, because actually when you get way up here, it's kind of takes away from the movement. Just flexing those abs as you're twisting, as you're lifting. And again, when you start moving the legs, in this type of a movement, you involve the lower part of the abs as well as the rest of the abdominal area. Twisting, really nice. When you get about 6 or 7 reps in, you can really start to feel it. And you don't go too slow, but don't go too quickly either. Nice pace with these. Make sure you get that nice twisting movement. And the abs are the core, the center, obviously, of everything. Without a strong midsection, not good. And I'll show you something that I do that's very simple. And a lot of people do this on the edge of the bench, right here. I do it flat on the mat. It's just a lift with the upper body and the lower body, like a scissor kind of motion. And you're able to hit that area over and over with no rest. I hear the water that I drank a while back swishing around in my stomach. And I like to finish out with a little twisting movement. A little twist where I'm just kind of flexing with the knees bent, flexing. And I do a lot of these free exercises with no attachments, no weights. A lot of these. And oftentimes, these kinds of things, they really serve a purpose. For instance, if you reverse it here with the abs, and you're just squeezing the area, twisting the area, you find out that hitting it from this angle actually works wonders. 4 more on that side. 2, 3, 4 of that. 1, 2, 3. Always concentrating. 4 more to go. 2, 3, 4. And those abs, so important. Like I said, you don't need to hold this position for extreme length of time. Just go by feel. Turn that over the top. Lifting the knee a little bit. You can assist yourself with the hand a little bit. Turn that over the other side. And I'll tell you, this is all basic stuff. This is me at 64 years old, almost 65, I'm not going to go into the gym and kill myself, 4 times a week anymore. I'm just not going to do it. Again, I'm not saying not to work hard, but work smart. You do a little bit. Now, I just hit my whole entire body. You do this thing, what I just did, 2 times, you got yourself a good workout before you leave the house in the morning. And then you get on to your day and you have something under your belt. I would suggest all the time, I always say this, work out in the morning before breakfast on an empty stomach so you can't make excuses why you can't work out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You're gonna make a bunch of excuses why you won't go to the gym or won't do your weights. So try it, give it a shot. I'll see you next time. Just to get back into it after a little bit of an absence on my part. Just hit that whole body with me, and I'll see you tomorrow, maybe the next day. Thanks. And please do me a favor, please subscribe, it helps me. Please like the video. When you subscribe and you like, it gets the video circulated a little bit better. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much, and comment, and I'll answer you back. Appreciate it.